Hello, Nadine here, artist in residence for Imagine Crafts, showing how I did a stained glass effect using vellum paper. Here I'm using some walnut ink on just a plain note paper for music note paper out of an old book. I just did some sprays of it, the walnut ink. I turned it over so I dabbed some of it off and then crinkled it, and then tapped more of the walnut ink off, and then dried it. Since I crinkled it up, it gave some darker lines where the crinkles were. This is what it looks like if you don't crinkle it up. It gives it more of just a antiqued look. And now using a stamp from Unity Stamps and VersaMark, just stamp it onto a piece of vellum. And with some gold embossing powder, I sprinkled it right over the top of the VersaMark, which is really sticky. That's why the embossing powder works really good with it. It sticks on there. Just not to waste the embossing powder, poured it back into the jar. As you can see, when it heats up, it comes to a shine. It melts on there, dries really quickly. Now on the back side of the vellum, I'm going to use some Memento markers in Paris Dusk and Bahama Blue. And I'm going to start with the Bahama Blue, with being the lighter. And just color, doesn't matter if you go over the embossed mark or embossed area, you can't see it on the other side. Just get it good and colored in. And then I'm going to go in with the darker blue, which is the Paris Dusk, and just do some little highlights, shadowing areas down at the bottom of the flower. This just gives a really cool look. The vellum will mute it out, so you don't want to use too light of colors because, like I said, since it'll be muted out, you won't be able to see the colors. Here you can see what it looks like. Now I'm just taking a wood stamp that I had in my stash, and I don't want to use, I wanted just a note part, and I don't want to do the envelope. So I'm taking my VersaMarker, and I'm just going to go over just the sentiment part, skipping the envelope so I won't stamp that part onto the vellum. That's what the VersaMarkers are really great for. You can get just what you want on the stamp and you don't have to do the whole thing. Again, sprinkling it with the gold embossing powder and then heating it back up. And you can see how that'll look. I'm going to layer it over that note paper. I thought just a note sentiment worked good with that note paper behind it. And then I'm going to adhere it to a card, blue base card, and added a little bit of twine, and that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you visit imaginecrafts.com for even more inspiration.